Hey there, everybody. It's RCK, and I'm glad to have you back here again for our next episode of the Omni game that we have going on, Fallen Empires, of course. This should be going over turn 35 and turn 36. Yes, I just want to double check real fast. The last turn we did 33 and 34. Always good to check before I get messed up. So, of course, we see that Abizia is still very effective as far as their rating goes versus what man can do back at this point in the game. Here we also see Ashdod actually fighting End a little bit. Now, this was at the Battle of Ashdod, so I don't know if he's trying to break siege, if he has an army coming, trying to hit what's on End. I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. We also have another End raid. Other than that, we do see the Satis Arco battle, Arco War actually starting off here. Um, didn't necessarily see that one coming. I figured they were kind of in cahoots together to kind of help out against Scaleria, but now that Scaleria is kind of on their last leg, of course, Arco wants to take advantage of that. So let's go ahead and click on some of these first two battles here. We have the Hellspawn and Lava Warriors, of course. Very interesting units that Bizia has access to, of course. They have Belch Flames, which is a kind of cool little AoE 1 spell that they have on top of these units. Busy attack man and one that did end up killing a daughter of Avalon. Let's see what they had scripted here for that daughter. Wondering why it was there. Wonder if they did like small size elementals, Sleep Cloud. Yeah, Sleep Cloud can work too, helpful. Okay, it's just a nature 2. Yeah, caught 4 units right there. Caught another 4 there. But there was just way too many units. Now, if this was a much smaller rating force, I mean, maybe around the 10 size, maybe even less than that. Maybe if it was just like six or so lava warriors as far as what he can recruit out of his capital. That could have been very efficient counter raid there, but it was not enough, unfortunately. So here we see the salamander here, probably casting full size fire elementals. Oh, lesser size fire elementals. Okay, because he is a fire 2. Could have done Phoenix Fire and then done full size, but you don't. I don't think you would necessarily need them if you're followed up by these busy and infantry here. I mean, at 17 protection, it's just very, very difficult for any PD to actually penetrate. Alrighty, so we see that the forces of man have kind of came out. I don't know if this was out of a fort. If not, we'll look. But this is just kind of destroying one of the little raiding forces. I mean, they did a little bit of damage there. Let's see where that was. At this one, okay, yes. Let's see where that was. So it looks like maybe he either came out of 17 or 20, not sure. Either he came out of his cap or came out of Gentle Plains there to do a little bit of counter raiding, which was good. It's nice to start catching some of those, make it busy, rethink all the amounts of raids he currently has going on here. So let's go back. So we have a battle here. Now Satis is attacking Arcocephalian. Of course, Satis won this one, just fighting PD. We have a really big battle here. Not even sure quite who the winner was, but we'll. Oh, oops, my bad. But we will escape out and just look. So there was a battle in man. Okay, so let's watch. Lots of mages here for sure. But I mean, other than that, they don't have anything to really stop the units from getting to the mages here. They have wardens, slingers, villains, and some more, another small group of wardens. Lots of gems here being used. I feel like that is what's going to win them the battle if they do win it. I wonder what they're doing with all that water. Lots of lesser earth, lesser air, probably lesser water as well. Not sure what that nature one's doing. But this is a lot of units here. This was a busy sieging force. Has some equipped up thugs, the grubs, crossbows, some blood slaves there, a few fire gems. We even have a jade sorceress here. Okay, okay, very nice. A nice line of lava warriors, a busy infantry. Um, they shielded in the two-handed axe version, of course. what was that? The black servant here, a thugged out black servant. If you remember I remember seeing him in a previous episode. Yeah, the very very nice items they got off of an indie commander. They've decided to use it on a black servant. Cool. On the life drain, he was able to get a good amount of HP there. Um, I mean, right off the bat, just looking at the army comparisons, of course, uh, you just automatically know that Abizia kind of has this fight. But then when you put the gem usage into consideration, honestly, I could see this going either way. Would have liked to seen a little bit more gems from Abizia due to the fact that this is the army sitting on man's capital. I would like to see gems on and ready, even if there are kind of gem baiting tactics going on. You have to be ready. You have to have make sure it's always set just in scenarios like this when it's not a gem bait. This is the hell. Hold on, my TV came on in the other room. Uh, okay, low key scared me a little bit there. I guess I had the TV paused and it went off of Hulu and went on normal TV and started talking in like the middle of the fucking night. Okay, cool. I'm not saying I have ghosts, but there's always that possibility. So here we see lots of swarm being cast. We see the lesser elementals. We see their communions going up. We see small size earth elementals. Depending on how much they can actually put out, they might be able to do something, but you have to take into consideration as well that these lava warriors, they're tough. They are strong. I mean, just Abizia has just so many more units at this point. Let's go ahead and play it. The Abyssian units are just better units. See how fast they took care of that Earth Elemental? Ooh, never mind. It looks like there are just so many. From the looks of it, they communioned up and had some full size air elementals being cast. But there's so many Earth and air elementals. I think that the tides are turning. The Ichthyids are not going to be able to hold up for long for against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 air elementals, 6 air elementals, some water, earth, and fire elementals. Now, fire ones, I think they're Abyssians, but I can't tell. Yeah, they have to be. So yeah, this is went surprisingly different than what I originally thought. Just looking at the two armies, even kind of clicking through. But this, you have to remember. I mean, it's not always what an army looks like. It's what your mages can bring to the battle. In this scenario, of course, yes, Abizia has a lot of mages. They're casting fireball, and just different things, kind of low, kind of insignificant spells at this point. But you have Mans, which he brought a lot more. He brought a lot. It takes a lot longer to make these crowns. I think these are 2 turns to make. I think I'm not entirely sure. We'll look when we get out. And the amount of gem usage he's put into this battle here, this was it for him. If he lost this, he was definitely going to be out of the game for sure. But I think being able to really use that beat off Abizia here might kind of put him back in the running a little bit. If I was Abizia here at this moment, I'd be worried if my allies or my neighbors saw this, because it would definitely make you look weak and might make you think, oh well, we can always go fight that guy. He just lost his army there on the cap. Yeah, this was a pretty heavy loss. I mean, 29 lava warriors. That's pretty significant there. The warriors don't matter. Cave grubs. I mean, they're summoned, so that did cost them some. Abyssian infantry cost 20 gold apiece. That's 40 right there. 2 apprentices. Jade sorceress. Ooh, you lost your 2 thugs. That is very unfortunate because they had a lot of items on them. Other than that, I mean, man really didn't lose anything. 8 wardens. Slingers don't matter. A Mother of Avalon and a Wise Man. Now the Crones, they are 2 turns recruit, yeah, so that could have been dangerous there for him if he lost those. But wow, yeah. Definitely man turning the tide of this war here for sure. Not sure if he'll be able to stabilize after this, but yeah, that was a very nice show on his part on top of the capital. So let's go and see what's going on here in Ashdod for sure. And here we have a lot of these human slave slingers. We have a few Anakites here in the middle. A lot of the mites here. Now these are the death ones, and they random different things, I think. No, are they just always death astral? I really don't think they're always death astral. Against 1 PD, we won't watch that, but I do want to check if they are always death astral. I don't. Okay, they are not always death astral. I knew they were death. I couldn't remember. So it just so happens that the only ones in this cap are the astral ones. Okay, cool. Alrighty, let's see this raid here from Abysia. Well, I'm sure he's using a fair few amount of gems at this point, Abysia anyway, in just all these raids. I mean, it's good to definitely be able to take out provinces like that, and like 1 or 2 gems don't matter, but when you're raiding or counter raiding like 5 or more provinces a turn, I mean they can definitely add up on your gems. So it's a good raid there. One, we have Arcocephali attack Satis, and Satis was defeated. Another raid there. Another raid here. And of course, fighting with Ashdod a little bit more. We'll look at the battles there. Arco taking another province there from Satis. So let's go ahead and look at this battle map here. Of course, we see man has been pushed back here to these handful of provinces. Mostly forts here at this point are kind of holding back the line from Abysia. 9, 10, about 10 provinces left for man. Of course, Abysia is fairly large at this point. But as far as their army goes, now that they lost that bit there at 30 or at 22, so let's check. He really doesn't have all that much left. So that is quite interesting. I mean, you have about 30 units there, about 30 units in the cap. These are all blood hunters and just your small raiding parties you have. There's really nothing left. Definitely going to needing to see some more units here from Abysia. Ermor's looking about the same. A good chance you see Ermor jumping on Ashdod's cap this turn. Other than that, you have in sieging Ashdod, a smaller fortification here, a palisade. But I don't see any really major push here from End. I mean, he has most of his units here kind of congregated around his capital. No, that's not his capital. Yeah, well, around his capital. That's his capital right there. I'm talking about these sets of units right here around his cap circle. I'm pretty sure this is blood hunting. This possibly could be blood hunting too, but these two are definitely armies he has moving. So yeah, very interesting to see what N decides to do from this point on. As far as the Arco-Satis battles we have going on here, looks like Arcocephali has taken 28. A fort has been owned by Satis. But we do see Satis moving on to Scalaria. Well, I think he was already on Scalaria. Fortifications have been broken, of course, and he'll probably be storming Scalaria next turn. Other than that, you see some small forces here by Satis kind of raiding back some of Arco. But yeah, very unfortunate that Satis lost this fort here in 28. You definitely see him amassing here troops in the few forts that he has. Slave warriors, and then we have the Sobek warriors here in the capital. So very interested in seeing on how this goes, because it'd be rather difficult for Satis to probably make it back in time. Not sure. Let's look at movement. Yeah, that's, well, I don't know, because it's going to take some off being movement through forts, but it's not going to be enough, because, I mean, you'll have this turn, well, when this turn rolls, and then the turn after that, and, I mean, Arcocephali can be sitting on your cap, and then if you do decide to storm that fort, that's already 1 turn given up, possibly getting there the next turn, and that turn, at that point, Arco is going to be on your cap sieging it. I don't know how many turns you'd actually have here. Possibly getting to like here, but at that point he more likely already stormed it. So I would almost think that Satis has to move off of Scalaria's cap this turn in order to prevent prevent Arco from storming his capital if Arco goes in for the kill like that. I'm not sure what it does, but we do see a huge monument here. So that could be rather dangerous for Arco, depending on whether or not he brings his god in. Because a lot of times you might not see people bring gods into cap battles just because of how high the enemy dominion is. I mean, here we have enemy dominion of 10, and it's going to take huge penalties on your god's HP and whatnot. So that could be rather dangerous for Arco to bring his god in on that one. Other than that, Machaka has taken everything back that he had once owned. I'm pretty sure Scaleria had this, so he's was able to get a little bit back from this war. But yeah, rather unfortunate that Machaka has lost so much throughout these battles here. So yeah, this is what happens. Sometimes you run into gods and you just can't beat them. So thankfully you had someone else come in and help him out, because if not, I think Machaka would have been 8 by Scaleria if Satis did not jump in on this. So I'm sure Machaka is very, very grateful for that. And I believe that is everyone we've looked at so far, as everybody. So let's go ahead and move on to turn 36. Continue. Uh, 36. There we go. What happened? That's not good. I think I actually know what the problem is. So what I need to do is had something to do with, that's 35. I'm looking at save files right. I see. For some reason, whenever I went and checked back my stuff and I started like checking these games again, like all the map files of every save that I had was like deleted for some reason. So let me go ahead and bring back Dominions 5 up. And I've went ahead and copied and pasted the save file map over. Let's make sure that, let's click Dominions 5. Okay, looks like we are back up. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I guess I forgot. I guess I just did the first 35 and fixed those, but I didn't fix the rest of them. So continue. So this time, now that we load in turn 30, 36, 35, I'm pretty sure. Let me double check to make sure I put in the right one. Okay, so I did put 35 into 36. Good. So we go here, we go here, and here we have it. Cool. Oh, wrong password. Click on you. And here we go. So right off the bat, we see that a global has been cast at this point. Kindling fire, sun burns. I don't remember which one this is. Let's just look. So, End has cast Eternal Pyre here, granting them 20 extra fire gems each turn. That is a very, very powerful one. Hopefully, you only cast it at 80, because it will take a while. If you overcast it like 200, you have to think that's going to be taking at least 10 turns to generate any kind of fire gem off of that. But hopefully just cast it for 80 there, because that's what I've been trying to do. Unless everything's filled up with globals, even then it's probably not even worth trying to overcast it on something else. So let's go ahead and go back. So we see that Scaleria has came out of the fort here and battled Satis. Let's watch and see if Satis has ran or not. And it is his Bronze Colossus he has brought out. Stolen Strength. Huh. Cool. Ooh, and Satis has decided to stay. Oof. This Bronze Colossus won't be here for long. Ravenous Swarm. Nice. Okay. Of course, depending on how much of each one. Well, actually, his hit points are already dropping now with just the swarm and all of the word of power and such being cast on him. The undead won't last long. Oh yeah, there's Sobex here and his squares around him. The shockwave is dealing a tremendous amount of damage, but you're at 30 HP now at this point. Things aren't looking so hot. 15. Shockwaves are definitely hurting, I'll tell you that. He's putting the pain in. 10. Oh, and he's out of here. I like how Growing Fury was cast. I believe that's the one that gives everything berserk. So yeah, he was not running from that battle. And yeah, of course, you see the 52 kills. Now, this is mostly from the swarms. He did end up killing a High Priest of Satis, so a H2. He also killed 12 Elite Guard, 1 Flagellant, 1 Free Sacred that you have to summon, and 4 Slave Warriors. I'd say the god did not do Scaleria justice on that one. So, next we see a bunch of battles. I want to see if there's any other battle here in Scaleria. I guess he did not storm this turn. Weird. That could have been not necessarily a magic phase attack, but due to the fact of Scaleria trying. Well, no, it had items on it. Yeah, that would make sense. Never mind. Let's look at these raids back and forth here from Mayan and Abizia. Of course, it looks like Mayan has taken a page out of Abizia's book and started to use fire elementals. He is using Phoenix Fire though, so that is nice. Yeah, I mean, fire resistance of 25 against fire elementals. Due to the fact of him not having magical weapons and this being a full-size fire elemental. Oh, wow, okay, he just ran HP routed. Never mind. I would have liked to know if he would have been able to live through that fight with that 25 fire resistance. Because I really don't think the fire elemental would have been able to do much against him. How interesting. Busy in infantry. Attack 1, so Arco, their hoplites. I assume is casting something like Body Ethereal or Luck. Maybe Body Ethereal and Luck. Body Ethereal, okay, yeah. It was a good call on my part there. So he cast it on himself. Unfortunate. Would have been better to be cast on these guys. I think maybe if you had these guys on hold and attack and then cast Body Ethereal, maybe he would have targeted them instead just due to how much HP was in each square. Because at that point, I think they were just kind of too far away. But then you're kind of running the risk of those archers actually hitting your Mystic. So that is kind of dangerous as well. I mean, honestly think that these hoplites could probably just take the Lion Tribe Warriors out anyway as far as the rest of them go. Just due to their very high protection being 18. Their formation that they have going on here, because they're formation fighters, yeah, and they're routing. Yeah, it's to be expected. But with a buff, I mean, I think you took like 1 loss there. Yeah, you did. I mean, of course, we looked at this before, but I didn't actually remember. But Body Ethereal probably could have fought more PD than that. But at that point, you're risking the PD going around your troops and attacking your mage by letting them get that close, being on that hold and attack order. So, always things to think about. Satis attacked Arcocephalian 1. Man attacked Nabizian 1. Ooh, okay. We see, and from the looks of it, we see Ermor trying to go underwater. Of course, they succeed, but at a pretty heavy loss there. And this is just chaff. Ooh, so we see Satis coming out of one of his forts, and the god saying, no, no, no. Of course, if you remember what Arcocephali's gods look like, it's pretty good here. Pretty good. 25 prot. Of course, it's going to go higher up because Iron Skin's not been cast yet. Right now, it has 10% regen. It's going to go up to 20, gaining 30 per turn. Strength of guy, elemental fortitude. I expect the Iron Skin to be cast, not unless that's coming up next. Flight. That's not her. That's not her. Oh, maybe it is her. Never mind. Swarm. Iron Will. Okay, Iron Will is a good call. Maybe if the units, maybe if Satis had more Sobex, they could possibly beat this guy down, but it's a tough call. Ooh, I thought, well, never mind. Thought they were about to route. Too bad that the. So defense goes down to 9. Ooh, I don't know if they can get through all that region there. That's the only downside because they don't have the heavy hitting Sobek here anymore. There's very few of them. I mean, of course, the Elite Warriors do a great job with that 20 pierce damage attack, but it's a lot they gotta get through. Attack skill 13. I'm sure they're getting a decent amount of their hits in, but yeah, that regen's just a little much there. Unfortunate there for Satis. It's very disheartening to see. More attacking Ashdod and 1. Now this is on the capital of Ashdod, so of course I said that Ermor would be going after the Ashdod capital. 90 lictors, I think that's going to do the job with whatever is there. Crystal shield we got, cool. Independence attacking in, or an independence attacking man and winning. Independence attacking man and winning crossfans. Oh, that sucks. It's gonna be kind of a pain to get rid of there, depending on the cold temp and whatnot. Because those frost blasts are gonna hurt. So yeah, that's what currently what's going on here. Okay, so we see that the army here that was at 124 and the army at 117 has kind of moved diagonally down to 109 and 105. Possibly here meeting up at 102. We do see a lab here. That's interesting. I wonder if that was, I can't remember if that was their last turn or not, or if they just built it this turn. But yeah, that I could see in pushing here to 102 and then possibly trying to push Ermor out and then up. Because I mean we don't really see anything here from Ermor otherwise. I know they had a little fight back and forth, so I'm sure they're not too happy with each other. If I was Ermor in his turn 36, that's a tough call. I don't know if I would, once I took the capital, if I did take the capital, would I pressure into anymore, try to make peace with him? I'm not entirely sure about that. So where did that battle happen with Satis and Arco? Not even sure. Right there. So Satis moved to Black Forest here, 62, to siege it, which would have been outside of Arco's. I've been in Arco's cap circle there. So yeah, unfortunate there for Satis for sure. I'm surprised we didn't see more of a commitment from Arcos of Folly this turn, other than just the light raids. I really would have expected him to move this army here, these 230 units, from 28 onwards to continue pressuring Satis. Like, he could see that there's a scout here saying there's a huge monument. Could be rather dangerous if he wasn't necessarily fully prepared for it. But yeah, I kind of expected him to go after it. And I did expect Satis to move off of Scalaria's capital, which is quite interesting to see him stay. I thought the fortification was broken last turn. Don't know why he didn't really attack, then storm the fort, but he will definitely probably be storming it this turn, if not. So guys, hope you enjoyed these 2 turns, turn 35, 36. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.